week's chapter of Bleach, the Quincy leader gains some brand new power thanks to the death of the Soul King. This week's chapter of Bleach was incredibly simple. Basically, Ichigo and his friends are riding that weird video game styled elevator all the way to the Soul King's palace where they can ambush him and battle against him and his goons. The problem is they're going to run into a little bit of trouble because the Quincy leader just got a massive power-up in this week's chapter, which is undoubtedly the highlight this week. I especially love the brand new design of the Quincy leader, which basically has the same general shape, except now he's covered in these weird, dark, blobby shadows, and he has this weird mask over his face, which is kind of like a veil. It only covers the top half, and it's covered with all of these weird eyes, which have these different shapes and designs to them, and frankly, it's really disturbing. And he's able to demonstrate his power by basically just yelling, and everything around him just completely crumbles and destroys. The massive tower of the Soul King's palace just explodes, and all of his goons decide to run away because they don't want to get killed, except for Haschwalth. He's actually the only one who decides to stick around, witness the power of the Quincy leader, and even kneels before him. And of course, this makes a lot of sense. Haschwalth is easily one of the most built-up Quincy's of the series. He's a complete badass, and apparently he was the very first son who was created by the Quincy leader. So that's a pretty big deal. I still think there's something more to this character. He might even actually be the real true villain of the final arc, although I still think there's a little bit more to the Quincy leader's powers now. So we're going to have to learn a little bit more about that, and if they want me to care a little bit more, we're just going to need some more backstory from the Quincy leader. But really, that's the entire chapter this week. So, what's the rundown on this week's chapter of Bleach? You know what? This was a good chapter, mostly for the first couple of pages, and for those final bits where you get to see the Quincy leader, but it just took a long time getting there. Not that much happened this week, and I really think that they need to pick up the pace a little bit more in the final arc of this series. There's just so many little moments that just really don't matter to me in this chapter. Like, there's this one scene where Orihime and Ruruka are basically just arguing with each other, and it's just a weird, passive-aggressive, funny moment, and it's completely pointless. You don't need to see any of that at all. There's even a small scene with Ichigo and Grimmjow talking, basically just sizing each other up. Grimmjow's like, look, the only reason I'm joining you guys is because if we didn't, the Quincy leader would have probably destroyed Hueco Mundo, and he would have probably killed you. And of course, if anybody's gonna kill you, it's going to be me. Have you ever heard that before? Yeah, it pretty much happens in every other anime series. I still want to learn a little bit more about Grimmjow. If you're gonna give me some Grimmjow stuff, let me see what happened to him after the battles. Let me learn how he actually got these brand new powers, how he got his brand new look, and basically how he survived everything. That's what I want to learn. That's what I want to know, but they're not really giving it to us. So the final part of this week's chapter is definitely the reason to check it out, if only to see the Quincy leader's brand new form, his brand new powers, and his brand new look. And it looks awesome. I like it. But really, that's all I have to say about this week's chapter, which was okay at best. So I'm going to give this week's chapter of Bleach a 3 out of 5. Still an exciting chapter that you should check out if you've been following the series to see the brand new Quincy leader's form. Otherwise, though, nothing special. I really hope that the action picks up soon. It desperately needs it. So check it out, Bleach fans. It was pretty good. So I like this chapter. It was okay. It wasn't perfect. But what about you guys? Did you read this week's chapter of Bleach? What do you think of the Quincy leader's brand new form? And what's the deal with Haschwalth anyway? Do you really think he has a secret motivation, or that he's actually trying to trick the Quincy leader? Or maybe he's just that dedicated? Please tell me in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching my video. Make sure to like it and share it with all of your friends, and make sure to subscribe to the channel and follow us on social media. Thank you guys again for watching, and as always, stay dandy, baby. It's a blobby. Yeah. Damn it, blobby! Damn it, blobby.